The last drive. The dashboard clock read 11:47 p.m. when Maya realized this was a terrible idea. But it was too late. They were already deep in Blackwood Forest, following dirt roads that narrowed with each mile, pine trees pressing close enough that branches scraped the windows like skeletal fingers. Are we seriously spending our last night together in some creepy forest? Jess asked from the passenger seat, her phone showing 0 bars. Because if we end up as statistics in a true crime podcast, I want people to know I objected. Come on, Maya gripped the wheel tighter. After graduation, we're all going different. Directions. This is our last chance for an adventure we'll remember. In the back, twins Emma and Chloe huddled together. Emma had found the location on an urban exploration forum, an abandoned research facility from the 1980s, perfect for photos before they separated for college. There, Emma pointed ahead. A warm glow flickered through the trees. As they approached, a 2-story building emerged from the shadows, its windows blazing with yellow light. Maya stopped 50 feet away, confused. I thought you said this place was abandoned. Through the windows, they could see a fully operational laboratory, stainless steel tables, humming equipment, blinking monitors, everything clean and active. Far too advanced for something supposedly empty for decades. This is officially weird, Emma admitted. The forum said it had been abandoned for 30 years. Before anyone could respond, engine sounds echoed through the forest. Headlights swept across the trees as a black SUV with tinted windows approached. Back to the car, now, Maya hissed. They ran as the SUV entered the clearing. Several figures in tactical gear climbed out, one pointing in their direction. Maya fumbled with the keys, hands shaking as the Buick's engine finally turned over. She floored the accelerator, tires spinning, as they retreated into the forest. For 20 minutes, she took every turn she could find, trying to lose their pursuers in the maze of dirt roads. Finally, in a small clearing, Maya stopped and killed the engine. They sat in darkness, hearts pounding. What the hell was that? Place? Chloe whispered. When Maya tried to restart the car, nothing happened. The engine was completely dead. Pop the hood, Jess said, but after examining it by phone light, she found nothing obviously wrong. Could be anything. We're stuck. Then they heard another engine approaching from deeper in the woods. They scrambled behind trees as another identical SUV pulled into the clearing. 4 armed figures emerged, moving with military precision. Their leader called out, "We know you're out there. You've seen something you shouldn't have, but that doesn't have to be a problem. Come out and we can discuss this like civilized people." None of the friends moved. Emma began creeping through the underbrush with her camera, reaching the clearing's edge behind a fallen log. She raised her camera, but it made a small mechanical sound as the shutter clicked. One searcher stopped, listening. He took steps toward Emma's position, flashlight beams sweeping across the log. Then, from deeper in the forest, came a sound that made everyone freeze. A long, inhuman howl that seemed to come from no earthly creature. It was answered by another from a different direction, then another, until the woods filled with otherworldly sounds. The armed men immediately shifted attention, weapons raised. Their leader spoke urgently into his radio, but static filled the air, not just from his device, but from the forest itself. "Back to the vehicle," he barked, but their SUV wouldn't start either. "All electronics are out." The howling grew closer. Something massive erupted from the tree line. Not quite animal, not quite human, moving on 4 legs, but with bipedal intelligence. Its eyes reflected flashlight beams like mirrors. Chaos erupted. Gunfire strobed through darkness as more creatures emerged, coordinated like a pack surrounding the men. One creature broke away, moving toward Emma's hiding spot. Without thinking, Maya grabbed a rock and hurled it across the clearing. The creature's head snapped toward the sound, giving Emma a chance to bolt into the forest. Maya ran after her, finding Emma backed against a pine tree. The creature stalking toward her stood 7 feet tall, covered in dark fur, its face a nightmare blend of human and wolf features with burning intelligence and pale eyes. Maya charged with a fallen branch, connecting with the thing's skull, but it barely noticed. The creature turned toward her with what might have been amusement. Then helicopter rotors approached. The creature howled once more and bounded away into darkness, disappearing with fluid grace. They reunited with Jess and Chloe, all shaken, but alive. Emma clutched her camera bag with precious evidence. "We need to get out," Maya said. "There's an old logging road 2 miles north." They spent hours creeping through forests, hiding from search teams and helicopters. At dawn, they reached the logging road and flagged down an old pickup driven by a retired forest ranger. A lot of strange activity in these woods lately, he mentioned during the ride to town. Government types. They said training exercise, but 40 years working these forests, I know when something doesn't smell right. From a motel in Cedar Falls, they researched the facility online. Officially, it didn't exist, but there were rumors and a disturbing pattern. 12 people had disappeared in the area over 5 years, all young and healthy. Emma uploaded her photos to a secure server and sent them to an investigative journalist specializing in government conspiracies. 3 weeks later, the story broke. The facility was exposed as part of a classified military program studying biological warfare agents. The creatures were failed genetic experiments, attempts to create enhanced soldiers that had gone horribly wrong. The facility was shut down, officials resigned, and congressional hearings followed. But for the four friends, victory felt hollow. The shared trauma had changed them, fraying the bonds that had sustained them through high school. They went their separate ways after graduation, Maya to California, Emma to New York, the twins to different schools. They kept in touch sporadically, but the easy closeness was gone. Some experiences marked the end of innocence so completely that there was no going back. Years later, Maya realized it had indeed been their last drive together, not just because of graduation, but because some experiences changed everything forever. The official report remains classified. The creatures were never found. Some believe they retreated deeper into wilderness. Others think they were relocated to an even more secure facility. And somewhere in Blackwood Forest, where sunlight never penetrates, the night is still full of sounds that don't belong to any creature in nature guides. Sounds that echo like a warning to anyone foolish enough to venture too far from civilization. The last drive had ended, but the nightmares had only just begun.